idea, and I think a lot of high achieving women carry it without realizing that taking care of yourself is something you do after everything else is handled, after the work is done, after everyone's needs are met, essentially after you've earned it. Care as a reward, care as a finish line. And what I've noticed in my own life and in conversations with women navigating the same kind of exhaustion is that when you treat care as something you access at the end, you almost never get there because there's always something that comes before it. So, what I want to offer today is a reframe. Nothing radical, just a shift in how you think about what care actually is and what it's communicating quietly every single day. I've come to believe that the way you treat yourself is a standard you're setting, not consciously necessarily, but consistently. When you skip meals because you're too busy to stop, you're setting a standard. When you cancel the thing that restores you because something else felt more pressing, you're setting a standard. When you respond to everyone's needs before you've even registered your own, you're setting a standard. And the world, the people around you, the dynamics you're in, even your own nervous system, learns to work within whatever standard you demonstrate. That's not blame, that's just how it works. And so the inverse is also true. When you move through your morning with some intentionality, when you protect even 1 hour as something that belongs to you, you're also setting a standard. And that one starts to feel different. Not because a skincare routine changed your life, but because the decision that your care matters and the daily repetition of that decision changes how you move through everything else. I want to be honest about something because I think self care has gotten so romanticized that it's become hard to take seriously. It's not a candle, it's not the matching linen, it's not even the morning routine as a concept. It's the intention behind it. When I talk about care as a standard, I mean something like this: choosing to eat a real meal even when you're busy because you've decided that your body deserves fuel, or taking a walk not as a exercise optimization effort, but because an hour of movement makes you feel like a person again. Ending a conversation that's been draining you earlier than you would have 6 months ago, not because you're unreliable, but because you've gotten more honest about what costs you something. These things don't look dramatic, they don't photograph well, but they're the daily expression of a decision you've made about what you're worth, about what's important to you. And that decision, practiced consistently, becomes the foundation that everything else sits on. Your relationships, your work, your capacity to show up and keep showing up without quietly resenting it. That all sits on that. I think the soft life conversation gets misread in two directions. The first is that softness means ease without effort, that it's aesthetics and rest and beautiful mornings, which those things are lovely, and there's nothing wrong with wanting them. But the second misunderstanding is the dismissal of softness as something surface level. So, something indulgent, something that women who are serious about their lives don't really prioritize. What I actually think softness is, lived from the inside out, is the removal of unnecessary strain. It's not that you stop working hard, it's that you stop addressing pressure that isn't serving you anymore. You stop running on friction as a fuel source. You stop treating exhaustion as evidence that you care. And when you pair that kind of softness with genuine reflection, when you're asking real questions about what you're tolerating, what's draining you, what you've been quietly accepting, then the soft life isn't a mood board, it's a practice. It's what emotional growth looks like when you stop glorifying the grind. It's choosing to build something that actually feels livable, not just impressive from the outside. Okay, so let's make this real so it doesn't become an abstract conversation. This week, pick one act of care, just one, and do it without making it conditional. Not, I'll take a walk if I finish everything else. Or not the, I'll go to bed at a decent hour once this is wrapped up. Just, this is a thing that I'm doing and it belongs to me. It's not up for negotiation with my to do list. Notice what that feels like. Notice if there's resistance. And if there is, get curious about where it's coming from. Because the resistance is usually information. Then ask yourself at the end of the week, where did I treat my own care as optional? Not to judge yourself, just to see it clearly. Because you can't shift a pattern you're not willing to look at. The goal isn't a perfect routine, it's a more honest relationship with what you actually need and the gradual practice of letting that matter. What I keep coming back to is this: care isn't just what you want to do for your body or for this morning. It's the ongoing answer to a question you're either asking consciously or not at all. And that question is, what am I worth? And how am I demonstrating that to myself every day? There's no right answers per se. And some answers may be right today and change tomorrow. Most of us are figuring it out. But the fact that you're here and you're asking these questions already means something. So if this resonated with you at all, I'd really love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share them in the comments and let us know what's one act of care that you've been putting off, or what's one thing that you're quietly reclaiming for yourself. Think about it. I'll see you next time.